Ahimsa satyamasteyam shauchamindriya etam samasikam dharman chaturvarnye bravin manuhu.
Today we sit with one of the most quoted verses in all of Sanskrit ethical literature, a verse from the Manusmriti, chapter 10, verse 63. Listen to its sound first. Ahimsa satyam asteyam, shaucham indriya nigraha, etam samasikam dharmam, chaturvarnye abraveen manu. The meaning, in one line: non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, purity, and control of the senses. This, said Manu, is the condensed Dharma for every human being, whatever their station in life. Let us open the words one by one because each one carries a secret in its roots. Ahimsa. We translate it as non-violence, but the Sanskrit goes deeper. It comes from the root hims, to injure, which is itself built from the root han, to strike. And the grammatical form implies desire. So ahimsa literally means the absence of even the wish to harm. Not just clean hands, a clean heart. The ethic begins in intention long before action. Satyam, truthfulness. This word is built from sat, which means that which exists, that which is. So satyam is not merely not lying. It means living in alignment with reality itself. No gap between what is, what you see, what you say, and what you do. In this view, a lie is not just an offense against another person, it is an offense against existence. Asteyam, non-stealing. From steya, theft, taking secretly what was not given. And as we will see, this reaches far beyond objects. Credit, time, attention, anything taken that was not freely given. Shaucham, purity. From the root shauch, which beautifully means to shine. Purity in this tradition is not just the absence of dirt, it is luminosity. A clean body, a clean space, and above all, a clean mind. One that shines because nothing murky is clouding it. And finally, indriya nigraha, restraint of the senses. The word indriya, sense faculty, comes from Indra, the king of the gods, because the senses are powerful lords, rulers, and nigraha means to hold down, to hold the reins. The image is of a charioteer gripping the reins of 5 mighty horses. Then Manu says, Etam samasikam dharmam. This is the dharma in summary, in compressed form. The word samasikam is the same word Sanskrit grammarians use for a compound word, where many words are squeezed into one. Manu is saying, I have compressed all of dharma into these 5. And chaturvarnye, for all 4 varnas, for every class, every station, every human being without exception. Now, here is where the context makes this verse remarkable. The 10th chapter of the Manusmriti is one of the most divided chapters in the whole text. For verse after verse, it assigns different duties to different classes of people. This occupation for one, that rule for another, slicing society into finer and finer categories. And then, suddenly, at verse 63, the text turns around and declares what cannot be divided. Whatever separates human beings, birth, role, occupation, these 5 duties bind everyone identically. After listing everything that makes us different, Manu states what makes us the same. It is the text's own summary of itself, its irreducible core. And look at the architecture of the 5. They are not a random list. Ahimsa governs your relationship with all living beings. Satyam governs your relationship with reality. Astyam governs your relationship with boundaries and property. Shaucham governs your relationship with yourself. And Indriya Nigraha, sense restraint, governs the instrument behind all the others. Because if you trace violence, lying, and stealing back to their source, you always find the same thing: a sense craving that was never reined in. Someone wanted something so badly that they harmed, deceived, or took. Master the reins, and the first 4 become natural. Drop the reins, and the first 4 become impossible. That is why the list ends where it does, at the root. Notice also that most of these duties are framed as abstentions: not harming, not lying, not stealing. The hidden teaching is humbling. The foundation of Dharma is not some heroic addition to your life. It is disciplined subtraction. Stop injuring, stop distorting, stop taking. And what remains shines by itself. That is the luminosity hidden in the word shaucham. This little verse echoes across the whole world of human wisdom. The sage Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras lists nearly the same 5 as the yamas: Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, and calls them the Great Vow, universal across all classes, all places, all times. Buddhism carries the same code in its 5 precepts. Jainism raises Ahimsa to its supreme principle, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. And the 10 commandments of the Bible: do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, do not covet, map onto this verse almost point for point. Separate civilizations, separated by oceans and centuries, converged on the same 5 constants. That convergence tells us these are not sectarian rules. They are discovered laws of human coexistence, as real as gravity. Modern science quietly agrees. Decades of psychological research have found that childhood self-control, Manu's Indriya Nigraha, predicts adult health, prosperity, and peace of mind better than intelligence or family wealth. Studies on honesty show that secrets and self-deception carry a real, measurable load on the mind and body, while integrity correlates with well-being. Even the study of anger shows that hostility damages the hostile person first: the raised blood pressure, the stress hormones. Non-violence, it turns out, is also self-protection. So let me leave you with 3 questions to sit with. First, of the 5: non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, purity, sense restraint, which is your weakest link right now? And remember the architecture. If you find a lapse in the first 4, trace it back. You will usually find an unrestrained craving underneath. Second, do you practice subtle theft? Taking credit that belongs to another, taking someone's time, taking attention you did not earn? Where in your day do you take what was not freely given? Third, You likely hold yourself to high standards in your work, your craft, your ambitions. Are you equally rigorous about these five universal duties? Or do you quietly let achievement excuse ethics? And here is a practice you can begin tonight. Call it the 5-point evening audit. Before sleep, take 3 minutes and run your day through the 5 checkpoints. Did I injure anyone today? By act, by word, or by a harsh inner judgment? Was there any gap between what I knew, what I said, and what I did? Did I take anything that was not rightfully mine? Did I keep my body, my spaces, and my mind clean? And where did a craving pull me somewhere I had not chosen to go? Do not judge yourself. Do not punish. Just see the way an accountant reads a ledger. Within a week, something shifts. The audit starts running during the day, before the act instead of after it. And that shift from evening review to living restraint is this verse taking root in you. Ahimsa satyam asteyam shaucham indriya nigraha. 5 words, all of Dharma compressed. Carry them lightly, and they will carry you.
अहिंसा सत्यमस्तेयं शौचमिन्द्रियनिग्रहः एतं सामासिकं धर्मं चातुर्वर्ण्ये ब्रवीन्मनुः